What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well today. We are back on some MX bikes today and we've got a track that holds a very special place in my heart. This is the 2021 version of Dorno, or Dornoland, whichever one you want to refer to it as. It is a Italian track, I believe. If you are slightly newer to the channel, you might not know, but the reason that this track is so close to my heart is because this is the very first track that I'd done an actual organised event on. So I was only, I want to say, a week or 2 weeks deep into learning and playing the game, and where it used to be a track which was, I believe, the 2017 version of Dorno, and it was a 125 race. So I thought, you know what, let's sign up and see how it goes. And that's when I was playing with a bunch of English guys back then that were making the transition from sim to bikes. They don't play bikes anymore, unfortunately. They just didn't have the same itch as me and wanted to grind and get good at it. However, I came out and won my first moto, which I was really shocked by. I choked the overall in Moto 2. I think I got like third or something behind Jack and behind McChicken. But it was kind of the race that put my name on the map, got people like asking questions about who this guy is. And way back then there was someone who would do kind of podcasty episodes, and we was going into the 2021 outdoor season. And I remember getting so excited to see people even discussing my name in a game that I'd only just started playing, and really good times. I occasionally go back and watch that race every now and then just to relive the good moments, because it was live streamed as well. If I can remember when I'm editing this video, I will try and find that live stream for you and I'll link it in below this. But yeah, this track, really good fun. The original version was one of them tracks that you could just hit everything fully wide open on a 125. It's a really enjoyable track. Still available for download, so if you want to go and download that one as well as this one, try out, then sure, I'll link all of them down below. This version, however, is created by Callum KTM, Callum 44, whichever one you want to refer to him as, who I would argue is probably England's top or most frequent track creator at the moment. So nice to show him a little bit more love on the channel. I don't get to cover all of his stuff, but we cover it as and when we can. And this is the layout has changed a hell of a lot from the last one to this one. I expected to be able to go into this and just, yeah, easy mode, just ride around, go pretty fast, but no, not the case at all. And it's only now that I've just gone into first person that I've realised it's sand traction. I'm running medium tyres, but someone did say to me the other day, apparently these medium tyres are very OP on sand as well. So now we're going to put this to the test, because I'm not going back to the pits and messing about with tyre selection. So we'll see if they live up to it. What's your guys' opinions on these medium tyres, by the way? Do you think they should stay as they are, or do you think they should be adjusted slightly? Because a part of me doesn't want to believe that this is how grippy they intended them to be. I have a feeling that the testing on the mediums might not have got as much love as it should have done. I think a lot of it was done on mid-soft, because they right now at least, they kind of seem to remove the whole point of having sand tyres in the first place. And they're so grippy, it's actually unreal. I've been trying to do a little bit of Supercross practice recently on this TM as well, ahead of the LAN event that's actually this weekend. So a little bit nervous, but excited as well. And it's been going okay. Not amazing. I'm still trying to find a setup that I'm fully comfortable with. And the biggest issue that I found on this bike so far is just trying to get the damn thing through the whoops. I can get through them, but not comfortably, if that makes sense. I feel like there's a lot of manual input needed from my end to actually get them through the whoops, like constantly having to move about, rather than on other bikes or other setups. I can kind of just let it do its own thing, and the bike will dance about underneath you, but then still track its way through. On this, I'm constantly forwards, back, side to side, trying to counteract any swaps, and it's difficult. It really is. But everyone's on the same bike, everyone's had the same amount of time to practice and try and get a setup going that works for them. So it should be quite exciting. I found a little bit more information out about the event. I've finally got everything in place in terms of all the flights are sorted, transport to and from is sorted, so I haven't got to stress about any of that. The only thing I need to do now is go and get myself some euros, so I'm not stranded there without any money. And then kind of just pack stuff and make sure everything's ready in terms of vlogging equipment, which it's just going to be my camera. I've not got an external microphone to worry about or anything like that. But for the actual event, so we get transported from the airport to the hotel, and then on the Friday, which is the day that we're meant to arrive, we have a briefing to go through what they kind of want you to see in interviews, so you don't say anything you shouldn't do. On the actual racing day, which is Saturday, we have to go and check in at like 2 p.m. local time, go through like qualifying, practice, computer setup, etc. And then the actual event's going to be about 3 p.m, 3:30ish. And it sounds like it's going to be in front of quite a lot of people. Now, I've seen pictures of the event in previous years, and there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people there just wandering around. It's like just a normal bike show. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of eyes, so a lot of pressure too, and it just should be good fun. It should be really, really good fun. I'm excited for it. It's going to be nice to meet some people for the first time as well, and I can only try and do my best. I'm going to try and practice a little bit between now and then as well. Biggest thing for me is I need to go through that whole pre-recording malarkey. I need to get a lot of videos done, because I'm not really going to be able to record anything from Friday all the way through to Monday. Because I leave first thing in the morning on Friday to get the flight out, and then I get home almost like midnight on Sunday. So it's not until Monday that I'll be able to start recording stuff again. So I need to get a little bit of a move on. I can't promise there'll be something every day. It depends what people come out with in the next week or so, next week of time. There's a few tracks that I can go through. There's a brand new track released on MXB Mods today that I thought, you know what, I can save that for tomorrow's video instead of this one. And it should be absolutely fine. I'm going to have to go and get all tidied up as well if I'm going to be appearing on camera in person. This is all well and good just trying to do something with like the facial hair and hair, but I need to have a good old trim. I don't think I can get away with fully shaving the stash off. I definitely look like oh god, I definitely lose about 10 years of age when I shave. I look so much younger. So that's going to say we'll just have a little tidy up. Plus, I'm pretty sure my girlfriend would just leave me completely if I shaved it all off. She's one of them where she likes the fluff, likes the facial hair. So lots to be doing, lots to get cracking on with. But I'm more excited for it because it's my first time ever going away by myself. Every time I've gone away, if it's on vacation as such, it's either been with family, so like parents and brother on a family vacation, or it's been with partners like girlfriends and ex-girlfriends. I've never just gone and hopped on a plane by myself to another country and just done my own thing. So it'd be quite nice having that freedom, having that space to do what I want, when I want, and not having to worry about anybody else as well. I feel like when I do travel, I'm usually the one that takes the lead and it's like, right, at the airport, we go to this gate at this time and just kind of leading everybody about. Whereas now I can just chill, do my own thing, not have to stress about anyone else or worry about anyone else's stresses. But I'm here for it. Should be really good fun, should be a good event, and hopefully a chance for us all to put MX Bikes out there a little bit more in the real world. Because I do feel like FXR have been the innovators here in trying to get involved in the internet space or the e-sport side of things of motocross. So it'll be really cool if we can put on a good show and try and put in some good words about the game. Then maybe some other brands or other manufacturers might also follow suit and get involved too, which can only, I guess, grow things and make things better. You know, I think it'll mean you might get people sponsoring regular series, so then you'll get prizes or more reward money depending on how you do. Could open up completely new series altogether, and it would be exciting. I'm interested to see how it goes. I'm going to have to sit in front of a mirror, I think, and just practice my speeches and try and actually talk to people face to face, because I'm not good at public speaking. I remember, like, growing up, if I had to do class presentations and stand up in front of the class and talk to people, it was absolute nightmare. I was so nervous for it. Just hands were dripping with sweat stood there. And I feel like it's a completely different thing sitting here talking to my face camera, because I feel like you guys are removed from it. Like, there's no one there. Like, I can edit anything out. If I can say whatever I want, I can go back and review it and edit out what I do and what I don't want the whole time. But when it's in person, when it's face to face, it's there. You know, it's done. You can't sit and think about what you're doing. Once you said it, it's out there for the world to see. So I need to prepare myself, try and get some good speeches in there, and try not to stutter too much. No, like no, yeah, no, yeah, that's cool, yeah. So try and sound enthusiastic and into it. So yeah. I didn't really expect this track to be sand, if I'm honest with you. I've never seen real footage of the track at all. I can only go off what I've played in game previously, and the old version of this was, I think, soft soil. It wasn't sandy at all. God, I struggle in tight corners like that. So I don't think it's changed the way I'm riding the track too much. The traction feels absolutely fine, which is mad, to be honest. The medium tyres are handling sand no problem at all. Might actually be worth doing a comparison at some point between medium and sand tyres to see which feel better than the other. I'm hoping sand tyres still feel the best. Otherwise, it does completely remove the point of having them. But this is actually, I'd say, a fairly decent track. You know, like Callum, he's got a pretty high work rate. You know, he pumps out tracks fairly quickly. He seems like a bit of a workhorse and just releases everything possible from all different countries, whether it's fantasy, replica. No, there's been tracks all over England that he's done. There's been tracks in the Netherlands. There's been tracks in Italy. So it's nice that he's kind of covering all aspects. And you can see the progression from one track to another, which is something that I am going to do a video on as well. Not on this track at all, but there's a certain track that I've got in mind to just show what practice can do. You know, like practice does make perfect, and everyone progresses. And I've said it a few times in terms of track creators, because it's really noticeable when they hit a certain point when mostly it tends to be visual. Like, it tends to be the visuals that change the most in track creators progression. But you do get it on height maps as well. But looks is one of them big things that really ties a track together. You could have the most perfect, insane, flowy track in the entire world, and if it's just a plain dirt texture, and that's it, you know, there's no trees, no models, nothing about it, it's just a height map and that's it, it's going to get very boring very quickly. So it's nice seeing people develop to the point where they then become the full package and they can show off their track as it should be shown off and show all of the progress and work that they've made. A good example, I think, he doesn't make tracks anymore, I think it's been away from the game a little bit now, is Higo. Higo was someone who I played his very first track and then kind of worked through all of his other ones and then up to his most recent ones, and even to the point where he managed to get a track on the shop. So he went from having like the most beginnerist of beginner tracks to progressing and evolving his techniques so much that he was able to get approved and get tracks on the shop, which is a massive jump from A to B. So I love seeing that sort of stuff, but we'll cover that more in the actual video. This track's been absolutely fine. You know, it's fairly easy on the eyes. Nice bright sky. Trees are nice and green. The dirt is just, you know, it's dirt. I haven't looked at Dorno in real life to compare the textures at all. But the sand doesn't actually put me off like it did. I got a little bit worried when I went into first person. I was like, oh, not too sure about that one there, Chief. But actually, caused no problems at all. And if anything, it slows down the track enough to where the lines and the jump sizes make sense. It definitely feels scaled bigger than the original Dorno. But when you have different track creators, the scaling's always going to differ from one to the other. It's very interesting seeing the way the track layout has changed. So I know, like, on the track right now where I am in comparison to the last one, and it's so weird going from track to track. I've jumped off that right side almost every lap. You can see my ruts there, but my brain's not computing. It's not going, right, last 5 laps in a row, you've jumped off the side here. Don't do it again. It's very difficult trying to commentate at the same time as playing. It really is. I could try it at some point, just playing the game and recording it and then talking over the top. But then I feel like it's kind of cheating a little bit. You got to do it live. We love doing it live. That's always the best way to go. You get the best reaction out of it that way. You get the raw reaction. Get to raw dog it. Now, I am going to apologise. I'm a little bit pressed for time today, if I'm honest. It's currently 10 PM for me, so I also still need to edit this before I upload it and have it all ready for you guys when you're watching it. So I am going to have this one be a little bit shorter than usual. However, just noticed that I can see through that tree line over there on the left. That's very, very odd. However, don't let the length that I've played the track for take you away from it. It's actually a really, really fun track. There's no jumps I've struggled to get over at all. I've been scrubbing jumps because I think they're a different one that I'm actually hitting. My brain still hasn't computed what jumps are which yet. And of course, no max out as always, it's hard to just tell. I could just quickly glimpse up at a map usually and have a look at it like that. But yeah, nothing like that, unfortunately. So I'm going in blind. But yeah, no, Callum, I think you've done a good job, as you always seem to do recently. Really, really good fun track. And it's nice having an updated version of a track that I just enjoy so much, that means a lot to me throughout my MX Bikes career. I know it's a bit of a cringe way of wording that, but it's all I can think of saying. Jump to the left this time. Lovely stuff. And I'm going to wrap it up there, to be honest. Short and sweet, just like me. Hope you've enjoyed the video. As always, if you could drop a like if you did. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. Lots of new people subscribing again, which is nice. We went through a little bit of a plateau era, but now I'm showing off this ugly face. People are coming back again. So thank you very much for all of the new people and all of the old people that stick by and watch every video anyway. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you guys are up to, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.